okay, but you absolutely have a right to say it's not okay. What you don't have a right is to prevent me from saying what I think, even if you disagree, and you definitely don't have a right to commit violence against me. And you're blurring the lines there. And by the way, don't you work at a criminal?
Yes, I'm in an economics department, yes.
It's hilarious. Okay, you don't have the right to do that. You have the right to make a counter case. Do you see the distinction that I'm making?
Tucker, when I walked into this building, I counted 5 security guards at the front door and 2 police cars outside. Are you going to tell me that the violence that they would enact against someone who is looking to do you or any number of the people that work here harm, are you going to tell me that the violence that they enact to protect preemptively the staff that are protected also by the barricades that you have?
I don't even know what you're talking. I'm honestly not following you.
Are you pretending that you don't have security?
Well, I actually don't have security, but there is security at our building.
There's security in your building, for sure.
And there's security at lots of buildings.
And the reason that there is security in your building
is...
No, the reason that you have security is because ultimately that security provides a space for nonviolent civil discourse, which is ultimately what we want.
But you don't own... Oh, slow down. There are lots of million distinctions here, but you don't own the public square. You don't own the street.
But I believe the public owns the public square. And at the end of the day,
you're not in charge of the public, and you're not in charge of deciding... The public isn't even in charge of the public.
Okay. We are talking about a system that has been gerrymandering people out of public representation, okay? If we're relying on the cops, ultimately those cops are working for the very people that you work for, and not in the interest of the vast majority of society. We don't have representation. We don't have representation.
I didn't really understand the Antifa activist point he was trying to make, and I don't think Tucker did either. He seemed pretty frustrated. And the Antifa activist works in a criminal account department. That was pretty surprising to hear as well. I wonder if the people who work there knows that he's Antifa or care. Anyway, so Tucker goes into saying to him, you know, you don't have the right to prevent Tucker from saying anything he wants to say. And you don't have the right to instill violence on Tucker. And so the activist goes into saying, like, listing out all the security barriers that Tucker's building has, from the amount of police cars in front, the amount of security guys meets you right at the door, and then he mentions barricades later, and he goes to ask Tucker, is it true? I mean, is it true, but do you agree? And Tucker's like, well, I personally don't have security guards, but it's for this building. And then the activist goes into saying, well, it's put there to stop any harm from being done to anyone in this building. I mean, I don't get it. Like, he was saying that like it was a bad thing. And then when Tucker goes into say, like, he's not in charge of the public space. And then he goes into saying, well, no one's in charge of the public space. So I have no idea where his mind was going. I really don't care. But that was kind of frustrating to watch.